Deontay Wilder stops Luis Ortiz in the 10th round. What's up, guys? This is Pugilist King, and I'm going to do a post-fight review on the matchup which took place between WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz in their heavily anticipated matchup. This here was Wilder's toughest opponent to date. This here was going to be the best guy probably Wilder's faced in his professional career, which spans over 39 fights, and I believe this may be his 39th or 40th fight. So Luis Ortiz was kind of an unknown quantity. People say he got exposed even in fights such as the fight with Dave Allen and Malik Scott. So people were questioning what it was like at world level, and they didn't really have much of an inkling. So this here fight was a good test for him, obviously, because he's fighting for the world championship, and this was kind of Luis Ortiz's moment, I think, to put himself on the mix and the scene. And now I keep going back to one of the previous videos that I uploaded about a month ago about the preview of this fight, but this was kind of Luis Ortiz had a win, or that was it, if you ask me. And Luis Ortiz was the more skillful operator in the ring. Luis Ortiz was the one with the more amateur pedigree, being from a Cuban background, and the Cuban boxers, as you know, are very well skilled amateurs, as are the Eastern Europeans, but the Cubans bring that element of boxing skill and movement and angles, and for some reason, I don't know what it is, whether it's just by coincidence or whatever, but they all seem to be southpaws, like Rigondeaux, Lara, Luis Ortiz. They all seem to be southpaws, and they all seem to be older than what their records suggest. But yeah, so he was the more skillful guy, and he had the better amateur pedigree. His opposition was probably the same as Wilder's, maybe. He had the likes of Tony Thompson and Malik Scott on his resume, and yeah, they're probably his best names on his resume. So yeah, people were actually saying that Wilder was going to get smashed, but I didn't think Wilder would get smashed. But in the actual fight, Ortiz did maybe expose or certainly show Wilder's technical and boxing skill deficiencies, but Wilder also showed heart. So did Luis Ortiz, by the way, so hats off to both men for them, credit to both men for that. But Luis Ortiz kind of, I'm not going to say exposed, but he showed some frailties, some vulnerabilities in Deontay Wilder's boxing repertoire, if you want to call it that. He pushed quite well. He did catch Wilder a few times, rocked him a wee bit. So you have to imagine what it'd be like if and Anthony Joshua were to be in the same position, because Anthony Joshua would be faster hands, and Anthony Joshua, once he would have Wilder on the hook like that, he'd go on for the kill. But the only thing is, with Anthony Joshua, if he went in with reckless abandon, he could get took out himself, or he would have to take a few rounds to recover and get the gas tank to refill. So overall, it's a very good fight. Wilder was alright. He definitely showed a lot of heart. He tried to stay a bit composed, but he was still swinging, and it's alright if you're doing that against opposition where you can get let off with it. But we saw that there was openings for Ortiz and that, so he would have to be just a bit mindful of that in future. But he done what he had to do. I thought it was probably a career best performance by Wilder. It was a good competitive fight in my eyes, and yeah, it was pretty entertaining. Wilder got the job done. I'm actually quite happy to see Wilder winning the fight and stopping Ortiz like he did. So this will put him in line for the likes of a Big Baby Miller or Joseph Parker or Anthony Joshua or someone of that note. But we'll see. So let me know what you thought of the fight in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of Wilder's performance and where does Wilder go from here. And yeah, do you think Wilder got exposed by Ortiz? I'd like to know in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is Pugilist King. Thanks for watching.